Hey gamers, we're unmuted, but I'm still setting up. Whoops.
That's fine.
Because I am streaming the wrong Chrome window.
Yippee!
Yippee!
All right.
And here we go.
And here we
Here
go.
Booples, another month of suffering my shitty jokes as your subby wubby.
Sorry, I
Here's
just thought
to
of
at
you
least
like
one
your
more
joke.
less than 3.
This is why we can't have nice things. This is exactly why we can't have nice things. Because of this fucking bitch in the corner. Not you. Tess, the other bitch in the corner. Marsham.
There's a lot of us. Which one?
Marsham.
You're gonna need to be more specific. Oh,
Okay, so all right, so the bottom bitch in particular. Got it.
hey!
We have...
What?
Never mind.
What the fuck?
I know you're gonna.
Huh?
We
No,
have more?
I'm bottom bitch here, sadly.
Oh, okay. We got a couple.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
More
I-
than
I-
Well, I
more
mean,
than
you're the
Marsham?
last in the Discord call.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
wouldn't have guessed it.
Stago.
Oh, I mean, good for you. I'm happy for you.
Wait, was this a submissive joke or the fact that you're literally the bottom of the Discord call?
Bottom of the Discord call.
Oh,
Okay,
never
okay.
mind
I was
then.
about to say, there's no way you're more submissive than Marsham.
Okay.
Gosh,
See,
I love when pets are like, "I want in." 10 minutes later, "I want out."
Oh yeah.
I was about to start
Let
walking
me-
away, and then I realized I would only be proving a point.
We weren't even fucking talking about you. Dumb bitch.
Nobody's surprised.
Oh my
Fight me.
god. Fight you? You sure? You'd lose that fight.
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck, I lied.
Well, actually, no, I could probably just sit on you and you'd probably die.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
there's
but that's
worse
just
ways to go. That's
that-
some people's fantasies.
Yeah.
So true. You know
Hey,
what?
Chloe, add that to the quote wall.
Yeah, that
Absolutely
has to
not.
Go, that has to go to the quote. That has to go to the quote.
You can do it your damn self. You're a grown-ass bot. You can do it yourself.
I can't. I'm running D&D. It's not scientifically possible for me
Skish you.
to.
Skish you.
Skish you.
I am doing the quote thing. What was the full quote again? So I know the wording.
Oh, for fuck's
It's
sake.
in the fucking VOD, but right. God damn it. I need to fucking upload things. I've been so busy. Ugh.
Yes.
Listen, all I'm saying is that I have always been rather naturally strong, especially with my legs.
Oh, me too.
Same.
Most people's legs are stronger than their arms, you know.
Honestly, I've consistently lifted
It
over
it
maybe
it comes
250
with
pounds, like,
it comes with being a human.
Right, because you're on your feet all the time. That's the first thing that's gonna be built up is your leg muscles.
mhm.
Yeah, but I'm chunky as fuck, so my thighs are soft.
I don't see a downside to this.
Hey, back to the question. Back to the question, Marsham, if you're into your thighs being bit or not.
I mean, she's a dog girl, so typically she'd be the one doing the biting, but I could see it being the case.
I have to say it could work either way. In all honesty,
It's just, I mean, Marsham hasn't had the chance to answer for herself, so I have
That's
no
what.
clue.
That's why I was asking if that's something that she's figured out yet or not.
Is this?
I think she's dead.
You broke Marsham, man. You broke Marsham.
This
How?
is not the first time. Thigh biting.
Mr. Blue, you beautiful bastard, you. Well,
I'm going to.
I'm actually stun locked. I don't know how to respond to that.
It was like a legitimate question too. That's the thing. I wasn't even trying to tease or nothing.
I love.
Wow,
being
my
in this
brain
group.
actually just stopped working. Okay.
Oh, I love being in this group.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm
Wait, now
gonna.
my footrest came in. BRB. I need to set that up and get my feet comfy.
All right.
Okay. I'm not gonna be in the first scene, so I'm gonna go refill my drink.
Understandable. We broke her.
You
so.
see, here's the issue with this, though. An important mod that I use a lot is not working.
Oh no.
And that seems to me to be a problem. So, let me see what the fuck happened. I may need a minute. I didn't realize that this would be a problem that I'd have right now.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Uh-oh. I may need to reset on my. Oh nope. Okay, I had to. All right, everything just kind of froze on me in my Windows, but it's all loaded back up.
Yeah, I reset something.
Oh.
Molinet
Okay.
is not showing up, so that is cause for concern.
I am back.
Welcome back, hon.
Hi, back.
Hi again, Martian.
You good?
Oh, I'm great.
Awesome.
I think after streaming for a year, I'd learned to silence my phone when I'm doing anything.
You know, funny you say that. Gonna mute mine.
Shut
Oh,
that shit down.
you'd think that after a year of streaming, I'd learn to do something like that, but nope.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Oh, my phone was already silenced. Whoops. I just unsilenced it.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
really no denying about the bottom accusations for me, is there?
It's okay. It's okay. That's why we love you.
I just looked at my bookmarks and
Speaking of phone, okay, one moment. I am getting a phone call from my family, so give me. I have to take.
Yeah.
uh-oh.
That's fine. And the thing is, I can understand, someone having a phone call being on call because, everyone's got their own personal lives. I think the one that really bothers the living hell out of me personally as a DM is when I've had players, like, watching a stream or playing a game, and then it like comes out in their like through their microphone.
Mhm.
That throws me off, especially when we're in the middle of like an RP session, or worse, like we're in the middle of combat and they're just distracted. And I've had to remind players, look, you got one or the other. All right, you can't do this. This is slowing things down. It's disrespectful not only to me but to the rest of the players.
Is Jess back?
Don't get me wrong.
I don't know.
No.
No.
Okay, cool. I will.
Don't
I'm gonna-
get me wrong. Like, okay, get
I have
her
to
done.
check.
Go,
Yeah, go on,
go get her
Marshall.
done. Go.
The
Shoot. I understand, like, having ADHD myself, I understand that it's hard to like sit there for long periods of time sometimes without like having
Right.
absolutely anything to do. But there are better ways of like providing stimulation for yourself. Like there's fidget toys that you can listen to music that's less
I've returned.
like lo-fi is a thing. Hi
What
Jazz.
happened?
Nothing. We're just
Shit broke. I'm trying to fix it.
yeah.
Oh.
So true. You
doing
should probably
stuff.
stop streaming because that's the administrator access thingy.
No, I have a separate window where I
Oh.
use stuff on.
I understand.
Okay.
Poor little slinks struggle with strength.
Oh boy.
Why not get Izzy to
Um,
help
Poor
you out instead?
creature.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
let's-
I understand the struggle of like needing something else to do to like
yeah.
absorb your senses, right? But it gets there's a point, there's a line, right?
Yeah.
Like listening to music, cool, great. Listening to music with lyrics is fine. Like it can be a lot more distracting than just ambiance, but usually it's okay. Once you get to the point where you start listening to podcasts, that's no.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
What we talking about?
Oh,
Problematic player behavior when they're excessively distracted with other things like video games or like watching movies while you're trying to play games like D&D.
yeah. It's as
Infuriating, really.
At some point, it does become from because take me personally. I always I'm always juggling 3, 4, 5 tabs at once. Usually because as a player, I'm always like I'm always playing a caster one way or the other. So I'm always looking over, reviewing spells and what have you. So that's how I keep my mind occupied.
Oh, yeah.
doing stuff. It starts to become problematic when A, you start slowing down for your players, B, you distract players, especially when you're doing roleplay sessions. It at some point we got to figure something else out because this ain't it, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
I've had
It's like-
I try so hard not to be a dick about it, but it's
Yeah. My worst experiences were both when I was a player, oddly. The few times that I've gotten to be a player, it was always like somebody else, like a fellow player who was being a problem with that. One of them was just like straight up playing Fortnite in the middle of a game.
oh no.
Ow.
And another
no.
was supposed to have a character that was like integral to the plot, but was also playing fucking Baldur's Gate 3 during the session.
See, it's those kind of games that bother. I mean, like little like dumb games where it's like you can put it away and still pay attention.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah,
you're,
like, it's one
especially if
thing to
you're
have like an
important
idle
character-
game. Like idle games, like one of the games that me and Boop like to play, like Bloons Tower Defense. Basically any of those games, they're so brain dead a lot of the time. You just put towers down and hit play and just let it do its thing. That's fine. That's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But Baldur's Gate?
that requires thinking and strategy and sometimes timed things.
Yeah,
Reading
like
a story, like following a storyline.
yeah.
Tons
at
of
that point,
dialogue.
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah,
I'm sitting here.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
kind of insane, you know?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking kill myself. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can
Gucci, you
fix
Gucci.
this. Chloe, I've disabled the
You are
UI
goo.
scaler
No.
for just a sec, so the UI is gonna look weird
No.
because there's a bunch of
Oh,
buttons.
Please.
This. Oh my god, this foot pillow. Oh my god, I've been having like feet and kind of back problems, and I think this is gonna be a game changer. Best $30 I've spent. And it's got a little section for me
Hell
to
yeah.
put my feet in, like a blanket. Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
Yippee.
that's pretty nice, Jess.
I'm sorry. It's the little things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, and it's soft.
So true. It's such a son of a bitch trying to find shoes that fit you properly that also aren't like made of paper.
Oh, these aren't shoes. This is a footrest thing for my computer. Usually, I'm so short that I have to like my feet are dangling, but my feet have been hurting me for some reason. I know it's not my shoes because I just bought like them like 3 months ago, so they're broken in. So I'm like, why are my feet hurting so much? And I read that it could be because my feet aren't propped up properly. So tension and blood flow and all that stuff.
Fair enough.
Most of the time when you have issues with your feet, it's usually due to the shoes, or I guess more specifically the way that you walk, because depending on God, okay, I hold on, I could go on an entire like hour-long rant about this.
I totally understand. I am the kind of person that will spend lots of money on shoes. I will make sure that they fit or are comfy and have like the props and everything. Like I do not skimp on shoes. I don't care if they look
So
not
true.
that great.
I kind of had to spend money on shoes, especially in my line of work where I was always dealing with some sort of slippery substance or another.
Yep.
Honestly, if I can put my 2 cents into this conversation, my work is forcing me to have to work with a specific type of brand shoe.
It sucks.
Ew.
Gross.
That's unfortunate.
I
Ew.
feel that though.
Thankfully, the pair of shoes I am using right now are actually decent. Unlike the last pair, who were just falling apart at the end of their cycle. Yeah,
I used to work at
Oddly
Crocs.
oddly enough, I actually fell in love with boots by accident. I basically don't
Really?
own any other like normal shoes. I only own boots now.
Fair enough.
Actually,
I fell in love with them by accident because it turns out if you get like a nice pair of boots that fit you properly, they don't fit, unless you're planning on trying to work out in them, which I do not recommend.
oh, mad.
They're
You're
they-
mad.
They can be they're just as comfy as sneakers,
Okay.
and they're like 10 times as durable and much less likely to be slippery. They're very, very grippy.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm
I've
very
ever
fond of
used
these. They're not.
boots.
I recommend it. I genuinely recommend it. A nice pair of boots will last you a long ass time.
I got a pair that
You don't need to get ones that are like $300 and like made of real leather and shit like that.
No.
But just
I would say the ones that I got because of the job I was in, they're slip resistant, steel toe, hella comfy. They were like $128, but they've lasted me for like now 5 years.
And I will warn you though, most jobs do not require steel toe or even composite toe. Like, don't bother with it if you're not working basically a construction job. If your job doesn't actively require you to wear composite or steel toe, don't bother with it. It makes the shoe more expensive and much less comfortable.
Yeah, mine does because every piece of machinery that was in it just well, OSHA's a fucking joke. We'll just go there.
No, I also say that because steel toe will straight up freezer burn your toes off if the weather's cold enough, because steel does not like to hold on to heat.
Oh yeah,
Not
yeah,
at
yeah.
all.
Boop, we just about
Say
ready.
freezer
Bud?
burn? I meant frostbite.
I'm trying to, but it's still
Boop's doing their best.
Yeah,
things
I
are
was just checking it.
broken, and I don't know why. It's a little funky.
Make running shoes made of a non-Newtonian fluid, so you were forced to run non-stop. So true.
I mean, sounds like a good idea. ¿Por qué no?
Yeah, I'm dead serious though. Like getting a nice pair of boots, like they're just as comfortable as normal shoes as long as they fit properly.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll stop fucking with it. I'll make do. I'll have to
Okay.
fuck with it later.
What is it doing or not doing?
It's not letting me use Molinet, which is a mod that I use to quickly import maps. It's why I have a map for everything. It's because I can literally go from a database and a map.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a little upsetty, but what can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do
Huh?
for a Klondike bar?
Pay
Yep.
like 50 cents.
Petty theft. Emphasis on the petty.
¿Por qué no theft?
Exactly.
Okay. So,
So,
Robot DMs make do.
Mhm.
ah,
damn.
boy. Anyways, last time we were all here, we had a fun interaction. Oh, because there's a song. Blue, if you don't know the song, that's bless your heart.
This reminded me of a meme. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
You should be.
Yeah. Anyways, last time
I'll
we were
DM
all
you. I'll DM
here,
you.
you gamers were gaming and meeting with a bunch of the people on the ship. As it turned out, the ship was haunted, and you were sort of testing the different, how I shall say,
Waters?
oh, everything crashed. You were testing the extent to which the ship was haunted after having met with other people and sort of explained everything. I believe the ones who were on the ship initially were Marsham and Jess, and then soon Storm and Nyan, and then finally Green, as it became painfully obvious there be ghosts
Ship's
on our
haunted.
ship,
Ship's
and
on
the
it.
ship
Ship's on
do in fact
Ship's haunted.
be haunted.
Ship's haunted.
As what the fuck? Why are
When
there
I'm
suddenly
haunting.
10 people? Anyways, as you explored the ship more and more, you're able to uncover that the source of the haunting was a sort of translucent mass of dead bodies following underneath the ship, as if this shadow of death was following the ship itself. It became a little bit difficult to piece together what was happening, but eventually
Oh.
you did. The ghosts that were haunting the ship were members of the captain's old crew. The crew of the Opal of the Sea. The captain's very first ship, and the one that was lost to the Flying Dutchman a long, long time ago. This caused many members of the crew distress as one Storm Herald Barbarian, not Storm Herald, Wild Magic Barbarian River ended up working together with the resident sorcerer of the group to an NPC by the name of Ali to sort of force a specific wild magic effect that would briefly flash all of the ghosts and make them visible. And you were able to see that aboard the ship were 13 ghosts, one for every member of the crew. But below it, there were many, many more. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was eating something and it got caught in my teeth.
So true.
As you, it also became pretty clear that as people leave the ship, the ghosts also disappear. And if the ship is empty, the ghosts cannot return to the deck and simply exist beneath as dead men instead of just ghosts on a ship. This whole brush with the supernatural seemed to have caused one Mick a lot of distress. Mick being the College of Creation bard of the party.
That has never once used my ability as College of Creation.
You've used your bardic inspiration ability, never your creation ability.
I've been looking for opportunities. It just never comes up. It's very situational.
Yeah. Anyways, as you've sort of retreated back into the inn, it was very clear that you were in great distress as the barbarian and the paladin slash warlock, as the Brundu, ended up meeting up with you to try and talk you down from your less stable
Panic
state.
attack.
Yes.
Let's be real. It was a panic attack. He was straight up. He was freaking the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, Ezzy's married. Ezzy is very married.
Engaged.
And gay.
Well, not
Engaged.
Yes.
engaged, but also
They are
gay.
in
Izzy will be very married.
Yes,
Very
is going
soon.
to be very soon.
This is a threat.
Yes.
This is a threat. I am being threatened with marriage.
A happy
You're-
and loving one.
Cool, Blue. Welcome in.
Izzy put the gay and engaged.
But that was these three goobers. We are now following, instead of these three depressed with in this depressing ass situation, we're gonna go
Fuck
elsewhere to a small library where
Lord.
not so s-
Lorby.
and now we have the rogue Slink and the Wimbzerd Zimbness as they decided to take a small excursion in hopes to learn more about the various different arcane situations that are following your group, be it from a cursed jade mask, the haunting of the ship, Atlantis, the ley lines, and the continental fractures of the earth. So many arcane and anthropological questions that need to be answered, and this is a noted island of mages. So the hope is that by seeking out those in the education system, something can be done.
That is the big hope,
Anything
yes.
can be done. Anyways, we oh my god. We will now go to these two goobers. You were not privy to the chaos that happened inside of Mick's room here. As you all sort of saw the captain have their breakdown and decided that the best thing to do would be to find to find a source of knowledge, somebody who might know something or another. And you are out here. Oh, also another arcane thing you want to answer. Why the fuck this magma method is following you?
Well,
Was able to
me.
break the domain in the first place in order for you to capture them as a familiar.
Yes.
And so, side by side, the little blue kobold. We're gonna do a lot of theater of the mind this session because every game's borked.
Yippee.
But yes. You will all arrive sort of at the gates of this magical academy of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
As you do enter, as you do look at the gate, it just does appear to be like these two buildings sort of side by side that have a couple different doors. As you look at them, it sort of looks like this street is just a massive hallway with several doors lining the sides of the building. There appears to be a primary the sort of main entrance with the actual sign that appears well decorated and everything, but a lot of other people sort of Scooby-Doo style running to and from the different doors in this oddly suspicious door-filled corridor in the town. You will see if you were to walk down the street a little bit, you'll see different departments with and the signs listed on them. There's wooden signs with some gold trim on them. You're unsure if the gold is necessary illusory or real at this point. Given the nature of the island, it could go either way.
Right.
But you will see departments of necromancy, evocation, all the major schools of magic, as well as, your usual sort of collegiate studies, like world history, or you will see a sign that says languages, in particular, as well as anthropology, artifice, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So of all of that
It is.
mentioned, Green, you okay?
I'm good. I was just like I was just replying to Nyan's message.
Oh,
And
yeah, in the Foundry chat, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. You will also see signs for like the library and stuff, but you have like the main visitor entrance area. You have different classroom, like what appear to be like almost classrooms or departments within the, I guess, college that you have here, and the libraries and stuff. Is there anything in particular that you guys would be drawn to?
Well, so we briefly heard about the crew collectively has, or the diving crew at least, has collectively heard about, Slink's master being dreadfully sick. Zemus is gonna try to ask something before we start heading anywhere. Jess, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So Slink's gonna just start off the conversation going, so, you said before that your master's sick, yes?
Oh, yes, very, very sick.
All right. Looks like there's a lot to go off of. So, first of all, I want to try to help, but you have to help me help you. How was he sick? What were his symptoms?
Oh, so she's trying to think of like if she can even describe the type of like illness he has. Would she even like know like quote like symptoms of his illness, Boop?
I think that you would be able to piece together a couple of them. Give me a medicine check, if you would. Holy
goddamn.
shit.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
The Slink knows
Damn.
her
This
medical
actually sort of that's actually really cute. This would imply that like Slink has actually like tried researching it herself, despite
Yeah.
Or,
not
or
being
at
the
the very
most
least,
intelligent being. Oh
or at the very
no.
least, like observing how her master has been getting sick and just kind of taking mental note of the symptoms.
Yeah, as you were sort of taking notes and like looking through the various different illnesses that exist, you would know that your master, first and foremost, is similar to you in that they do have some draconic blood in them. In that you have draconic blood in you. You are, and that can manifest in the form of when you kill the dragon, your own like gift, your like draconic gift, given to you, I suppose, through your ancestry and all that. Your ability to heal, your ability to cast sword burst, like some light cantrips, he has a similar thing as well. You would know that it's primarily a you wouldn't know the term dermatological, but you would know that it has to do with his scales, his quote unquote skin. His scales, these like beautiful black shining like obsidian scales, like seem to be sort of like flaking off and actually like slowly transforming into like the like getting properties of the like volcanic glass obsidian. It is brittle, it is fragile, and if their joints bend and break, their scales, especially around their joints, can quite literally dig into their body and cut them. So they've since tried to stop moving. And it's the kind of thing that, like, when it was less serious, you maybe didn't notice the fact that their wrists and elbows always had like some light wrappings around them on their hands, or that they started intentionally wearing like long sleeve clothing to sort of hide it. But near the like later stages, and particularly the stages he's in now, movement has become painful. It's almost as if his scales themselves are petrifying to some extent. It is a horrifying condition that almost seems to threaten to turn them into, well, volcanic glass.
Okay, so Slink's gonna try her best to relay this message, saying like, so Master is sick, but not like sick, like coughing and fever. More scales change, become black, fall off. Oh, Master, painful to move. Slink try and help. Notice bandages. Help with wrap bandages. But Master becomes slower, more in pain. Slink try and make Master more comfortable. But scales, they come off, and Slink don't know what they are. Slink don't know. Break, but hard, black, not normal. Like dragon, but sick.
Zimbus will look at Slink and go, hard but break. You mean almost like glass?
Yes. And then she like points to joints and wrists, and she's like, and like here, or she points to her wrist, hard to move, become harder and harder and more painful for Master. No walk very well, no move very well, like statue.
So, between this piece of information and the fact that Slink also had that her master had this information about the mask, you see something in Zimnus's head like visibly click. And you've heard Zimnus like do minor swearing here and there. But this is the first time that the crew, or at least Slink in this situation, you hear Zimnus actually just go full out as he goes, "No fucking way," as he pulls out the that journal he's been hanging on to. With the sounds of it, it sounds very similar to what happened to the San Jose crew with their skin crystallizing almost.
Same. Yes.
He kind of like pulls out the page of when, because he got to the point to where the crew was showing symptoms, but there was still some there's still some unanswered questions about said symptoms. But do they sound very similar to what's happening to Slink's master?
You are looking at the symptoms. It seems like the color is drastically different.
Right.
But
it's the same basic concept.
It does sort of seem like they are petrifying, but it didn't necessarily cause that like pain to self. As they got petrified, so too did their like nerves, and it was less of a physically painful transformation and more of a concerning one in that regard. There was not a lot of pain associated with it. It may very well be similar, though, as you're looking through descriptions.
Right.
The idea of some aspect of them being... It is similar in that it is a petrification disease of some kind.
Right.
The color seems different, especially considering that blue. I read that completely wrong. I need to stop reading chat. I need to minimize chat. You need to put a space in between pain and is, because
Oh no.
that's... I read that very wrong.
I
Now,
glanced
I was
and
gonna
I
s-
seen that.
I was going to say
Penis
Boop,
weakness leaving the body.
Jesus Christ. I was going to say
Anyways.
Boop, I didn't expect there to be an exact similarity because this is like, what, a couple centuries? I would expect there to be probably variants of this by now.
Yes. You will also, however, note that the crystals,
Mhm.
at times, in the early stages, could be peeled off relatively painlessly. And when they did, they would be a little... They would feel like keratin more than glass.
Hmm.
You know what? I think maybe logically, because these little scales come off and we're so frequently coming off, I think that's like maybe would carry a small piece just to carry around with her to like maybe try and help find people that would know about it, saying maybe if it would react to something. Would that be something she would logically do?
I think that it would make sense that you would try to keep that sort of thing on your person. It maybe could even be
Yeah.
like a pendant of sorts.
Yeah.
It'd be a good reminder
yeah.
too.
Yeah. So there's no direct connection, but it does seem like he caught like a variant of something incredibly similar.
Mhm.
So he goes, all right. Well, we might be onto something. Now the question is,
Yes. And then she like kind of goes through her like her little coat and then pulls out like showing like it turned to this and she kind of hands it over.
can now with something physically in my hand, because I take it with the skeletal remains of the San Jose crew, there wasn't really anything there to look over in ways of what was happening to them. But now that I got something physical, would I be able to roll like a medicine or arcana check?
Give me sleight of hand first.
Sleight of hand. Oh,
Okay,
you're
why?
why?
I would also suggest as a wizard, you do have the identify spell.
Yes.
Oh, yo.
Because it's obsidian. And Slink might be used to
Oh.
handling this. You probably are not.
Looks back.
Oh,
at the
wait.
Obsidian
Could
dagger.
it cut or break?
Yes.
Well,
Both.
Both.
Yes to both.
Oh,
Yes to both.
Both.
I will say that Zimnis did have some experience with a red obsidian dagger, just like what, yesterday, day before.
Fair enough. Actually, no.
Yeah, that's
Never
magic.
mind. Then
Never mind.
ignore it then.
Okay.
Because you both have a similar substance on you.
Well, not anymore for Zimnus because it's in that chest.
Well, yeah, he got rid of it after handling it, and then found out the hard way that not to fuck with it anymore. But he still has experience fucking with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, you look at it and like, I think even as you hold it, like for the first time, you instinctually like try to grab it like one would a coin from both edges, but then like, and you flip it out on your side. And as you do that, like you'll like notice, oh, I've given myself a paper cut on this with this thing. Like not enough to actually
Yeah.
considerably like do damage to you, but enough to like realize, oh, this is like sharp. This is like touch it and you'll bleed sharp.
sorry,
Yeah.
dog once and again.
Is now would, considering that the that he's kind of thinking back to some of his notes. Would he have ascertained that something like this might have been contagious or not?
Within the San Jose, it seemed like it would have been. Within this, it seems like a very different thing.
Okay. So with this in hand, and this is an obsidian scale, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if Identify will give me any idea of what's happening with this, since it is remnants of a disease.
Let me read what Identify does.
It's for magical purposes specifically, and
sure.
Yeah, a spell closer to like legend lore would give you the history of like a legendary item, but Identify is primarily for sensing magical effects, as well as, I think, like if you use it on a person, you can tell what magical effect is affecting them, like if any spells are actively affecting them. I don't know if that'd work on a body part.
Well,
but
he's of
it's
the
worth a
mind
shot.
that this disease is scales going from scale to glass does not sound like a natural disease by any stretch of the imagination. So he has to think that this is some sort of nasty magic at work.
Yeah, well, it's also the matter of like Dragonborn.
This is exclusively like a
just be a
Dragonborn
thing.
physiology.
Yeah.
Or
Dragonborn
draconic physiology thing. I can imagine even
it
a
could
draconic
just be a
sorcerer.
Dragonborn thing.
Yeah. But would he be able to figure out anything with an Identify?
Well, as you're casting it, you'll sense a magical effects currently on it. And what they are. You'll learn with this, any spells affecting them and what they are. If the item is created by a spell, you know. If it is a magic item or some other magic.
It has some sort of properties on it, you know.
It definitely does seem to be of some magical origin. It doesn't inherently seem like it. I would say the Identify can tell you there is some magic associated with it, but it seems to be something specific to dragons. It has a mixture of... It's weird because it feels magical and it is, you can tell that it's different compared to other objects in that. So give me a no.
Would that be an
I want
Arcana?
you to give me an Arcana check because this is a unique item.
Would that be
Old
with advantage
magic.
given my Identify?
Yes, with advantage.
Okay.
Because you are having
right
to
up.
make several leaps within your thinking in order to get this information. Because this is
Right.
not going to... it's not something that you can just like look at and examine and study that way. You have to
Yeah.
act...
I will also say I have a passive Arcana of 18. Would I
Not
need
enough.
something higher?
Higher.
Not enough. Okay. Higher it is. Rolling.
While they're doing that, Boop, I had a question.
Ask away.
Would you be able
24.
to? Damn. Would you be able to add a hurdy-gurdy to my tool proficiencies? Because right now it's just bagpipe
Absolutely.
and flute. Sweet.
I will do that.
I do it
as
myself,
I
but
can.
I don't have the power.
Yeah, you can. The wrench button.
Oh,
Oh, it's because hurdy-gurdy isn't default.
it doesn't exist. It doesn't.
It
Yeah,
does
it
not
doesn't
exist.
That's why I'm like, I don't have the power.
I don't
I don't have
think
the power
I
to make
can
something.
right now.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
We will just...
Herbie Burby.
We'll just say musical instrument.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
already
sorry.
did that. It's fine.
I'm sorry. Also, why the fuck is it using your intelligence? Shit's using
I
your...
don't know. I can fix that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got it. I got it. Go do your thing. Go away. Go away. Go away.
Even your disguise kit
No.
should probably use your charisma.
Yeah.
Anyways. None of
grown
us
woman,
are
I can fix my
He-Man. We do not
buttons.
have the power. I can't tell you everything with that. That is a partial success, not a full success. Just due to the
20.
nature of... No, yeah, no, this is some weird ass shit. This is different in that everything in the world has a background level of magic to it. Everything. Because everything can be transmuted, everything can be, like every living thing has like can be manipulated through necromancy, can be all that sort of thing. This scale seems to have uniquely no like background levels of magical energy, which is remarkably concerning considering how inherently magical dragonborns, kobolds, draconic beings in general are.
Okay. Well, with that said and done, yeah, you see Zimna sort of scratching the back of his head, going, "Well, not much to go off of. However, pretty sure one of these places can lend a hand. Let's start with." He kind of like walks with Sling to try to find a sign that would like be specifically for like abjuration magic. If we're going to be looking for a cure for anything, especially when it comes to like magical / non-magical situation, that would be the place to go.
So we find cure for sickness or find more info on green shiny rock.
Well, I'm not sure how many more green shiny rocks there are that could cure your master, Miss Slink. And we found the one, but we need to find an alternative, I think, because it's already been established that that's not staying on the ship. That does have to go to Izzy's employer.
No keep at all. No trade.
Actually, He asks, "Do you still have that, by the way?" And he is handing the obsidian skill back to Slink.
She'll put it back in her little pocket.
Yeah. Do you still have that mask?
Rock?
She's been lugging it around, but she didn't say that she put it away at any point. That's why I'm asking.
You mean the gems she had from earlier?
The mask.
No, like
the jade
the
mask.
Oh.
I thought the jade mask was still on the ship.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Because
Yeah, no, the mask is stored
bad,
somewhere.
so the mask would be definitely bad.
I mean,
okay.
Honestly, I had a candidate that Russ himself is protecting the damn chest that has the mask inside of it.
Yeah.
See, I thought that's because it was so important to Slink, she was lugging it around. See.
Well,
No.
I mean,
here's the thing. Slink is not the smartest creature, but she knows something bad when she sees one. That's what I think.
Okay.
yeah.
Could you have could you have Slink actually roll an insight check? It's going to be a very low roll.
Yeah, do it.
Sure.
Well,
Dear
all
God.
right.
Slink's a
very
Giga
excited.
Chad.
Yeah, no shit.
That's 17
So-
tonight.
So when
Don't you
he
mean
he asks
Giga Gal?
when he asks when you're asking him Zimnus these questions and Zimnus asks if you have the mask, I'm guessing that Slink would probably say no. He doesn't seem too concerned on whether or not you have it, but you notice something else. You see him once again pull out this mirror that he's been working on, that he made just practically out of nothing. You see him look at that. You see him look at his the conjuration sigil on his head, in his hand. You see the wheels in his head turning.
Should Slink go and get the mask? Slink can get it. Be very quiet. They won't ever know that Slink took it, and then Slink put it back. Oh, nice, quiet.
The pig will notice. The pig will notice.
Listen,
His friend.
I think as he
Give
goes,
pig
The pig will
scraps.
track you down. The pig will track you down.
as Zimnus goes, later. Let's focus on getting that cure first and foremost while we're here. Now, he does kind of try to help her find the spot that would be for like that would be abjuration magic if we're doing cure stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you've decided to start with abjurative magic.
Mhm.
Give me... Oh shit, I forgot. Okay, give me just a sec.
Sorry, I'm reading chat right now on the stream.
As you open the door in... Give me a sec.
Alrighty.
As you open the door, immediately you will see that there, and as you touch the handle, some magical runes sort of light up, and opening the door.
Oh, God, don't tell me it's a warning.
There is a sort of portal that opens up that seemingly leads into a much larger building. It sort of seems like a small...
Oh.
Like, actually, each door goes to a full dedicated school within this campus. And the students walking to and fro between different doors, Scooby-Doo, a la Scooby-Doo, are actually going to different full schools of magic. And I mean that in the most literal sense.
That is actually really fucking cool. Okay, so we're in a legit fucking like magical university happening. Okay.
Yeah,
Slink
it
is so
looks
confused.
small. It looks very small. Like, why are it's just two houses? Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Slink looks in, looks out, looks at the building. Oh, it's bigger on the inside. It's so small outside.
You see this
They're
big
beginning
grin
to
on
believe.
you see this big grin on Zimnus's face, and this is very exciting for him.
As you enter in, you will find I don't have art for this like sort of like hall monitor of sorts, and but you will encounter like a hall monitor who like sort of comes in and it's like, hello, yes, how can... What? Forgive me. We've noticed you are... not registered with this school. Now, that might be a mistake, and that's completely understandable. You're going to want to head over to the front desk. It has the main gate, but until then, we are going to have to ask you to leave. So if you would kindly, and you will see the door from behind you slowly go in to follow you to sort of like pull you outside. And I need a dexterity saving throw as this hall monitor is trying to like whoosh you out, sort of like Stephen Strange in Loki style.
Okay, this
No, wait,
motherfucker
no.
right here. Alright. This is happening.
I almost got that 17 again. That was close. It slid in.
14.
All right.
16.
Damn, I'm so sorry, Zimnus. This is gonna be funny.
And punch with the face.
Zimnus, you guys like, no, it is like this door just like following you and you like turn around to see and like it's like a thwomp slamming down on you, just falls on and like suddenly you're like, oh, okay, I'm back in the hallway. The street in between buildings. But
Would I have
Slink,
been able to counterspell that shit or no? That's my question.
it would have been considered a lair action.
Oh, never mind then. Fuck.
Lamau.
Oh well.
Like, yeah, if you were trying to start shit in these buildings, prepare for fuckery.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh, all right, and you get sort of split up. But Slink, you manage to like sort of dodge out of the way, and this sort of like prefect hall monitor type looking fucker is like looking at you, sort of like, you're a nimble one.
Hi.
And I think like for the next like minute or so, couple seconds, like you are sort of just like dodging out of the way of this door that keeps trying to like scoop you up and like shunt you out of this sort of demi-plane school.
Must find cure for master. Might die, please. Must find info. She's like scrambling.
Give me a persuasion check here.
Oh boy.
Let Slink's cuteness win her this round. Oh my
Nope.
god, it's an 8.
Talking's not strong point.
No, it's okay.
I almost saw that land on a 20. Almost.
I know.
Almost.
Some people don't like lizards.
No, some people just don't fucking listen. That's
Yeah.
what reality is.
Slink has inspiration? Since when? If you
Yo,
want to give...
Wait,
No,
I was
Do
like,
you?
wait, no, that's a different game.
I don't
No,
think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
if
I
you get
will-
inspiration at any point, it's long gone.
I didn't give any.
No.
Yeah.
No.
If
Yeah, no.
it was given, it'd be an expired, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
it
yeah.
would've expired.
I just need to stop reading chat.
Oh wait, no, I think I did in fact give Link in inspiration when we were about to go under the water, I believe. But
Yeah,
that's
long gone. by now.
gone.
Yeah.
That
Mr. Blue-
ended years ago.
Yeah.
Mr. Blue is making a meme right now. Don't listen to him.
Understandable. But Slink, you say, please and understand all inquiries have to be put through the proper channels. You will be seen accordingly, but I would request that you please end up talking to the the front desk.
What front desk?
It's near the south end of the building to your left. Quickly, like, pulls up briefly stops trying to slam you with the door in order to, like, create a small illusory version of the map. Right, this building right here, in front of the palm tree. All right, well, that is...
Why not say that first?
Because you're trespassing.
He looks around.
Goodbye.
There's fine. Oh, okay.
And you
Bye.
get shunted back.
Well.
And you and Zimnis find yourself like in the middle of the hall, sort of like slammed on your ass, like, and you'll see like another like student outside, sort of just like, oh yeah, first time? Nah, yeah, you gotta make sure your classes are registered. You did register, right?
What bloody classes? We're just here for information.
Oh, you gotta get a
It's no
visitor pass for
library?
that.
Wait, what is pass? Visitor pass?
All right, can he just kind of like he just goes, oh, the arbitrary. All right, can you just at least point us in the direction where we can get that done?
Yeah, sure.
Like points over to
and-
where they're shown on the map too.
And you'll be slowly, and then you'll be guided over to the sort of the central southern building right on the end here. I'm just gonna quickly drag Slink over because that makes the most sense. But as the two of you enter, you will be welcomed by a tiefling with a strange mechanical looking staff.
Oh, shiny.
And this is what they look like.
Ah,
Pretty.
I see. A chronologist. Possibly.
He got cool tattoos. Or is it hot? They look like fire.
You will you will see the tiefling look at you and sort of like, oh, are you new students or visitors? Or
Visitors.
and then you'll see he looks at his staff. Yes. Okay. Right on time. Welcome into the Twin Schools.
Yep, called it.
I am one of the instructors here and the, I suppose, figurehead of the school. What can I help? You may refer to me give me 1 second. Oh, what the fuck? That's not the right music.
Oh,
There's no boss fight here.
I hope the fuck not.
Depends how things go down.
I only got so many counter spells. I can't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Stage 1! Chronomancer!
No, you would die.
Oh yeah.
You would straight up die. You would
I'd be fucked. Yeah.
he will
Game.
look. Let me be clear. It would take me 15 minutes to import everything that I would need to import to make this a biblically accurate fight.
Yeah, I believe it actually.
They look at you and say, I am Professor Ambrosius at your service. Would you, what can I assist you with?
Ambrosius. Oh, yes. We need a pass. Oh, to get books. Learn magic. Learn about illness. Sickness.
Ah, I see. And how long do you plan on visiting?
One day. She looks over at it.
We have until midday tomorrow, so.
Very well. A 24-hour pass then. This quote, and he will hand you a small silver, like like a rectangular card that is made out of silver. Tap this on the door, and you will be you will be marked as a visitor, not a trespasser nor an invader of any kind. You must understand, there have been events in the past, particularly when... well, let's not go there.
I
Flame
understand
just sees the shiny.
Simnus will go, I understand completely. You know that, I don't know if you heard about that deranged pyromancer from last night, but yeah, we had to deal with that.
Oh, that was your group. I thought I wasn't unfamiliar with you, and that is very rare here. Well,
Slink looks at it and looks up at him. Slink, keep.
You know what? Sure, you can keep the pass. I doubt Morgan's gonna actually end up, offering you the recognition you deserve, so allow me to do my part as a member of the local community. And you will see that he takes his little staff, taps your card, this like silver card, and it becomes sort of embroidered with some gold trim and a small emblem with an M and an A. There we go. That should...
treasure.
Yes, do treasure that. Don't let that out of your sight.
He does this for both of us, or what?
Yes, for the both of you.
Okay. Simnus will, oh, well, thank you very much, sir.
Very good. I would recommend either the necromancy or abjuration for your particular
Let's narrow
issue.
it down. Let's narrow that down, actually. Slink, would you mind showing the gentleman the scale?
Oh, she's like very entranced with it. Oh, hey, yes, scale. That's right. And then she puts the card away for a moment, and then she takes out the scale.
He will look at that and say, that is something for certain. I'm not particularly versed on curses, but I can call in someone who is. Give me just a moment. And I would like you guys to give me a... not really. No check, actually. You will just see, like, his eyes glow for a second, and it becomes like, he becomes almost under the effect of the blur spell, and before... now I am. I'll stay here. You help them. Yes, I remember, of course. Good. And then, yes, of course. Do you say that out loud?
No, I don't. This is me
as far as you know, what will happen is a sort of, he becomes blurry and then suddenly stabilizes as two people.
Oh, wait. I know what this is out of character. Okay. All right. Would I be able to do an Arcana check to sort of figure it out on the dot? Okay. This is... Would an 18 help or no?
No.
Okay. God damn it.
This is so far out of the field of what you're good at, what you would be familiar with.
All right, 19. Fuck.
I would say
spell.
he didn't... I would say an 18. He didn't cast a spell like you're familiar with, but he definitely casted a spell.
All right. That sounds very that sounds very familiar, almost familiar to the mislead spell, except he doesn't turn invisible.
He will say, well, I'll stay here. Obviously, I have other people behind to look after, but this Ambrosius will help you out in whatever it is you need. Yes, of course, I will be happy to assist you. I can't say that I'm... well, there are always things to learn, and I could... Can't say too much.
Zimmer says, "This is not my this is my first time as well. The only thing I have similar to this is a centuries-old variant. If I may," as he sort of pulls out the San Jose diary, kind of opening up to what the crew was experiencing.
Give me a moment.
Of course.
As he does this, you will see that his eyes sort of glow with a little white energy as he casts a sort of almost, as far as you can tell, haste spell. As the pages start flying and he starts reading everything incredibly quickly. But while he is doing that, let us go back to a bit less of a whimsical and like funny, quirky location, and go straight back into depression.
Straight back into it.
This is appropriate. I know the song I'm looking for. But we will go back to Mick and Storm and Green while Merlin while this man is reading.
I'm sorry, who?
Don't worry about it.
I do believe he was Professor Ambrosius.
Yeah, I misspoke. Ignore me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't matter, actually. Shush. You all are still within the room here and just had that incredible heart-to-heart. And as the dust has settled, Izzy, you have just announced to Mick and by extension to Storm that you were engaged. Storm, this might be surprising to you, as presumably, given everything you've heard, these people were shipped, this crew was like drifted into Avalon, and this is everyone's very first time being here. So this is all kinds of surprising that apparently maybe Ezzy managed to speak to a woman, get to know her enough to decide that yes, I do in fact want to marry them. Very concerning. If that is the case.
As Izzy just finishes saying that, she mentions her fiance is like she just kind of blanks for a quick second, so oh shit, and just goes towards Storm's character, and it's like, oh shit, so a little bit of context, my girlfriend actually had a show here like last night before you got to shore, and well, she proposed to me like an hour ago. I've been here. I've been in a relationship for a few years now. But yeah, but yeah, Izzy kind of turns her hand around, shows the ring on your thing. But yeah, we're engaged now.
Oh. One lucky son of a bitch.
Well, technically, I'm not a son.
Listen here.
I'm listening.
I mean, I guess congratulations are in order.
Everybody give me a perception check as this is happening.
Okay.
Sure.
The people in that building conversation, right?
What?
So you don't hear anything initially, but soon you hear like a sort of stomping, almost sprinting, frantic, manic running and knocking at the, as someone's like rushing up the stairs and like scrambling up to the door, and then starts like earnestly but polite, like intensely but still kind of like gently and politely knocking, like
What?
Let me go get the door as Izzy just walks over to a door and open it and sees this Triana. Oh, hi, Triana.
you're getting married. I'm so sorry. I was trying so hard not to eavesdrop, but like, it's my ears. I'm sorry. I just the way I was. You're getting married. Can I see the ring? Can I see?
First off, please calm down. Second, here's the ring.
River's gonna
He ain't
slowly
taking it
back.
They barely like glance at it, and before they just start hugging you, they are so happy for you. They themselves as another.
I like to imagine that. I like to imagine that River and Mick just like share the confused guy glance. Like the what the fuck?
Okay.
Loosen up this.
Wait.
And you're getting married. Gosh, you have no idea how excited I am. Do you know how few lesbian weddings I've been to? Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, sorry. I'm so happy for you.
Izzy has a bit of a concerned smile on her face as she is let go from this hug. Just like, thank you, Triana. But I'm guessing you were kind of hearing about this entire situation.
I kind of hear everything on the ship. I'm
Nick
so
just-
sorry. I try not to. There's a reason why I'm the
Mick just
first mate, because
raises
if I
his
did,
eyebrow.
Raven like slowly tilts his head and awkwardly slow blinks.
you will see that like her like sort of previous stoic like I have to be like the captain sort of mentality has completely melted away in the face of this news, and just like a very cheerful sort of like core of this woman becomes clear as she's like so ecstatic for you, and but like also like kind of embarrassed that she has to explain. I kind of hear everything that happens on the ship, and I kind of mean everything. I have pretty good ears, and that's a good thing. You want that for like someone who's able to clock things and keep track of things. But because I have pretty good ears, I can hear everything, and my my elven ancestry
Are you
knows that
coming in?
I probably should.
Yeah.
She finally
yeah,
steps through the threshold.
Izzy kind of gestures her way in.
Okay. I try my best not to act on information I shouldn't know unless it's for the benefit of everyone else. But even then, there are things that I can't hear. Like I didn't fucking know about the ghosts. That's new. Like what the fuck? That's crazy.
Shit on it. Yeah.
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 But
honestly,
like I
it's
hear
no.
so many things, and the walls in this inn are so paper thin. I'm so sorry. I really tried hard not to eavesdrop.
How much did you hear?
About your family.
Mm-hmm.
That you do but don't follow this god of like death.
I don't follow nothing.
Got it.
Yeah. It's just like
And
he has
The
association
Morgan-
with a different god in the same pantheon. That's what I'm getting here.
The Morgan is a complicated deity. It also
Cool.
depends on what aspect you see. She's known to be, she's known as the shape-shifting goddess, or the Tria Morgana. Not gonna get into that. That's for a different conversation entirely.
Whatever. If you heard the lot of it, then not much to be done about it. Not much of a secret, just I don't know.
You just you just had to say it, Mick. That's sometimes enough.
I'm
And I do have
Sorry.
a question about that. Was that the giant temple that I saw from the docks?
I would assume so. There's no other temple here. And
What?
we happen to...
Noted. I might make a trip a little bit later to the temple.
Oh, the one Mick went to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. I was lost for a second.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm there. I'm getting married now and whatnot. Honestly, I was kind of hoping to save it for a bit of a surprise, but I guess.
Ooh, my lips are sealed. I can absolutely keep a secret.
You better. As Izzy points over Triana, it's like, you
I
better.
will. Forgive me. I was excited.
No. It's more like the fact of if we tell Zimnus, he's gonna tell everyone. It's happened the last time.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay. I'll be sure not to tell anyone until you are ready to make the announcement.
Thank you. It is genuinely appreciated. Honestly, I do want to keep this under lock and key until we get back to the mainland at least, because oh my god.
I think it's at this point that that Sharkbait's probably like slowly crawling out of the sheets.
Izzy is probably noticing that as well as like, you need a hand, darling?
Nah, I got it.
But
Yeah, that's good.
Oh goodness, I just kind of realized if my boss noticed this rings on me, she is assuming that it's from the... great.
you will see her like smile and enthusiasm, her love for life sort of dies. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a few things to explain, ain't it?
Yeah, I have a plan. I do have a little bit of a plan.
What, are you gonna swallow it?
No. I'm pretty sure my fiance can get to the dock before my boss can. She knows ways. She has her ways. She has done so in the past.
Oh, right. Water lady.
Yeah, your fiance's like a big mage, isn't she?
Wait,
Sorta. But yeah.
water
yeah.
lady?
You haven't met her.
She seemed to be
No.
like a bard of some
River.
kind. She was putting on a hell of
Yeah.
a show.
She honestly, she's more sorceress
Before
in nature.
the...
But
Oh.
yeah. But honestly, she loves to perform. It's one of her greatest passions, and I full-heartedly support it. It's honestly, I love to see her work. It's the reason why I fell in love. But to get back to you, River, so before we met, my sweetheart had her show ruined by a bitch.
I think we killed her, or tried to.
And technically,
Killed
yes,
is a strong word, I think.
elementals are harder to kill you than you think. Truly kill, I mean.
Cool. We tried to kill her.
She's gonna probably come back in a month or two.
Fuck.
Yeah, Thea's kind of been dealing with that bitch for a while.
That's a futurist problem.
That is a futurist problem, but
Hey.
I'd rather I really want to make sure she's dealt with eventually. Because I don't want her to ruin my bloody wedding.
I will gladly
Add it
help
to the
that
fucking
wherever
list.
I can.
Thank you, River. It is greatly appreciated. But still, honestly, I will gladly introduce her to her. You to her.
That would be lovely.
But yeah, but to get back to Mick here, do you still need a bit?
Nah, I think I'm alright. I don't mean to be rude or nothing, but like, get out.
Yes, sorry, I will leave. Thank you.
Nah, I just got a room to clean.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, if you need me to help out, I'll gladly help you out, Mick. But if you don't, I'll gladly
Help
help out.
too if you want it.
I think that
Yeah, I'll take the
Triana
hand.
truly just like hugged Ezzy outside of the room, took like a single step inside the room, stepped outside of the room again when you said get out, and then as soon as everyone's offering help, was like, I can also help if you need it. Steps inside, like just this like 2-step tango in and out of your room.
We got it.
Okay, steps outside.
Yeah.
I'll close the door. Congratulations, and I'm here for all of you, and
Thank you, Triana. It's greatly appreciated, and I hope the same for you.
be well. Okay. You can see that she like puts back her like authority. I'm a person who has authority. Yes. I'm gonna put that mask back on, like, and closes the door. But like for the briefest moment, she just like that completely slipped. that like playful like personality that we only ever saw with Laura one time and before she dipped forever.
Mhm.
All right, well, most of this room's gonna need some cleaning up. I didn't do the best of job mending things. In fact, I think that pile of sticks over there was a chair at one point, so shit.
May I roll a perception to see if it actually was a chair?
I think it'd
rolling
be insight.
Oh, if it's insight, I'm rolling insight then.
Why?
The perception was higher.
It probably was a chair. But but there might be some table bits mixed in.
Huh. It's mostly chair, but it may be a little bit of table in there.
Well, shit. I'll probably have to pay for that. Whatever.
Yeah, we got the money. But I'll get started on cleaning the floor as Izzy is casting precipitation on the floor, cleaning up any dirt and debris that's right around, making sure to avoid.
Yeah, as we're cleaning, I'll just at some point look at River and go, I feel like you and I need to have another conversation, but I feel like we got more important things to do with the ship and whatnot first.
I agree. Hearing that
Alright.
someone's using the Morgan in that way, quite frankly, pisses me the hell off.
Don't blame you, but seems like we got a long list of grievances to
Aye.
worry about first before personal matters.
Yep.
What is that?
Maybe-
Side quest number 50?
Yes. Yes. it
Right?
is. Mhm.
Hopefully
hell.
everything goes right. And I pray
We
hard
gotta
enough
worry
or
about getting
whatever.
home first, so.
Hopefully later I can get some help you with that, but I'm not very big on the whole clergy thing. It's just maybe she'll hear my prayers and answer them. Who knows?
I wish you luck. I sent out something close to a prayer and I got more an answer than I wanted.
Well, that's what happens when people mingle in the works of gods. Anywho, don't we have a room to
Put it
pick
that
up?
way.
I don't remember. Was like the
Right.
bed toss completely?
Oh yeah, there was nothing where it's supposed to be. Like
He will just
everything's half
pick up the
repaired.
bed
Like
and
there's
move
gonna be some there. It's
Mhm.
getting to the point where like there are some pieces. Most of the pieces of furniture in here can be mended over the course of the rest of the couple hours. That chair though.
That chair may not be able to survive.
Or
That
Yeah.
chair's
table.
that chair's gone.
Oh yeah, the chair's definitely
Like the
probably
bits
gone.
and pieces of
The
wood.
chair's gone.
It's less of a chair and a like specific chair pile and more just a pile of splinters from different pieces of furniture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
just,
it's kindling.
I'm just like
Yeah,
I'm
it's kindling wood.
I'm kind of picturing like I know you don't use your performance of creation bullshit very often, but I'm picturing you like full on like sorcerer's apprenticing and like using that to help clean up.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing, right? If the if the performance of creation functioned like the conjuration wizard's ability where I can just like snap and like create an object, it'd be way more entertaining for like for interaction and comedic purposes, but the fact that it's limited, like it's extremely limited in uses, literally what was it, like
One per long rest. Or
unless I use a spell slot.
yeah.
It's it's not super useful.
Yeah, you can make bigger ones when you're higher level though.
Mhm.
I mean, if you would let me use it as like a tool for creating props to interact with, then
Yeah,
without
allow it.
having a limit to it, dope. Then I will absolutely use it more often.
But I'll say that if you want to create your own item, the GP value that you are using that like to conjure the item halves. So instead of having a
That's fine.
100 GP limit for your item, now you have a 50 GP limit for your item if you're just conjuring it.
That's
But you know,
perfectly fine. I'm not planning on using it to like summon fake magic items to sell people. This is literally for like props for scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like this is purely for flavor.
Yeah.
For stuff that would be like much bigger or more value, like technically of more value, then I'll absolutely stick to that. But like for
Broom.
role play, it's not useful.
For Broom, for Sorcerer's Apprenticing and creating a magical hellscape of your own making, not very useful.
Yeah, I'm just imagining that at some point he's like, yeah, there ain't much I can do about that. And he just kind of like telekinesis pulls the pile of kindling and just like dumps it in the trash bucket.
I just imagining like little bits of little splinters just spilling the entire way through. All right.
100%.
We have been going for about 2 hours. I'm going to use the restroom because I need to piss.
Ditto.
If you guys need to
I'm
do that,
full of
I would
pee.
highly recommend doing it. Otherwise, I'll be back when I'm back. And if
It's piss
you
time.
need anything,
Pinch.
don't need anything.
Don't.
Mhm.
BRB.
Fucking shell shocked.
Yeah.
Sorry, the complete like sorry, I didn't want it to get too depressing. So I just
It
had
was amazing, but I completely felt like shell shocked.
it totally tracks though. She's a ranger, she's an elf, her ears are stupidly attuned. She has expertise in perception, like yeah.
Still, I'm glad I was able to RP that aftermath. That
Yeah.
was fun. Anyway, I'm gonna go pee now. I'm loving.
But yeah,
I'm
Izzy. Green. So,
Yes.
You remember last session? You were saying that you didn't want to tell Zimnus about the. He already knows because if you recall last session, he gave you a.
I just realized that now. My apologies.
Yeah, he knows.
It's more so that she wants to make a big whole announcement,
Well, it's. I mean, the only.
and I know dang well if I know dang well that
Okay.
that it.
Could,
She accidentally
than-
said a lie. She accidentally said a lie.
yeah, but also I gotta ask something. Aside from Zimnus screaming his head off about sirens, trying to tell the captain and the first mate about the haunting.
No. Here's the thing,
Okay.
man. She's still kind of pissed off that you told everyone to come to the show.
In hindsight, I think that probably would made that fight a little bit easier. I understand the sentiment. I understand the sentiment, but also keep in mind, he was told via sending spell that we were invited. He did not, and that sending spell did not say collectively who was all invited, just we. So he took that as the crew.
The royal we.
Yes.
Yeah.
The collective.
Which, by the way,
everybody.
Izzy is fully reasoning. Izzy's probably gonna go apologize to Tiana. It's like, oh shit, I just realized I lied. Accidentally lied.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can we go back and just say, hey,
Welcome back.
Okay.
I need a bit of a go back here because I just realized Izzy technically lied.
Technically.
And
I don't know if yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. But yeah.
Yeah, technically lied. She didn't mean to lie, but I need to go back and redo the thing of. She should have said, but she should have mentioned of, but Zimnus knows that Zimnus is the only one that knows about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to tell anybody. He just gave congratulations and went on his merry way.
Yeah, it's like, is he kind of accidentally said something stupid, and I need a do-over.
Homeboy can't win for losing. I'll tell you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. We are still waiting on one Jess playing gamers.
Yes, but yeah, Izzy accidentally lied.
Yeah.
It'd be that way.
Waiting for Jess to come
What you
back.
lie about?
But it's like,
Oh, go.
I only asked this because technically Blake breaks her oath.
What do you mean?
Oh, the devotion
Huh.
thing? Or
Devotion
was it
oath.
devotion?
Devotion has honesty as one of the requirements to be a devotion paladin.
That's dumb. I don't pay attention to those tenets too much.
Yeah, but I do.
She's
sadly.
devoted for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like,
She's devoted, all right.
yes, in more ways than one. But ultimately, like, Izzy should have reiterated to Tiana, it's like, but Zimnus already knows, instead of don't tell Zimnus. That should have.
Yeah.
My apologies. On
That doesn't count. That's not a big lie.
No, it's
That's
not.
just accidental misinformation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slip of the tongue.
Slip of the tongue. Izzy meant a slip of the tongue that.
That's not an intentional, like, I'm going to lie to you type lie.
Izzy's probably going to tell Triana, like, oh shit, sorry about that. Accidentally slipped his tongue. Zimnus already knows.
Yeah. Homeboy
No.
figured that out pretty goddamn immediately.
Yes. Mostly because, well, one, Izzy told her that she has a fiance now, and also Atlantis.
Also, passive investigation of 18.
Yes.
That kind of helps.
Mhm.
That one wasn't there before.
Mm.
But
Wow.
ultimately,
I am
Boop.
specialize.
Wah.
While we're waiting, can I have my hurdy-gurdy, please? My
I don't know
hurdy-gurdy
how to
proficiency.
fucking make that happen. I'm gonna be totally honest.
Blue, yell at Boop for me.
Let's see.
I mean, they have. And if you want me to yell at me, they're like, Blue can, but like,
Well, I can't actually
Few-
yell at you because my voice hurts right now.
few people have any power over me whatsoever.
Fair enough.
I get to send you my boobs and you do whatever I want.
That's not true.
Bet.
Bad time to take a drink.
That's not how that works. But I was gonna also say, Izzy, wouldn't you be like kind of less mad since Zimnis took a freaking magma blast to save your now fiance from a horrible, painful revelation
she's
spell?
like, she's less mad, but still holds a grudge.
Christ.
Do you have any idea how petty lesbians are? I would know. I'm one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all. Honestly, I think that's there's a running joke actually. There was a comedian who said, said a joke about how guys will literally duke it out, then hug it out later. Meanwhile, girls, oh my God, this woman made the same fruit salad as me at the wedding like 15 years ago, and I still haven't forgiven her.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
sums it up. I don't think it's just a lesbian thing. I think that's just I think that might be just strictly a stereotype opposite sex thing. I still found
Hello,
that
this
funny.
is Blue exerting power over Boop by making Boop do a thing Blue wants him to do. Fuck you.
Jess, are you here
Technically,
yet, honey?
anyone can do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she is not here yet.
Let the girl piss in peace. Damn.
What
I'm
happened?
not. Oh, no, here she is.
I
Hi.
used the restroom, and then I had to
No, no,
record
no,
it
no.
while I was off, and I
was
got
just checking
distracted
in.
by the cat.
I was genuinely checking in to see if she was here or not, because we were waiting on you to come back was all, and I was just checking in to see if you came back or not. And it seems that you have.
PIP, piss
Come
in
in.
peace.
Summon, and I shall appear.
Speak the devil and speak of the devil and he shall appear. Jesus Christ, there it is.
There you go. That's
I
it.
cannot
That's the thing
You're
we were
doing
trying to say.
great.
I can't English sometimes. It's horrible.
Same.
It's hard.
It's fine, Blue. You don't actually need to do anything. I can figure it out later. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. This is something that we could do, sometime after
In
session.
before someone else. I'm already fucking purple. I forgot to change it.
Orple.
You can be more purple.
I don't
So
think I
pretty.
can.
He's already purple.
Also, ignore my voice slowly disappearing.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I guess I can be more saturated. Is this what you want? Does this look good? Is this?
Oh,
Is this?
Wow.
I
Wow,
love
that's
that.
awful.
Whoa, that's neon. That's so cool.
I love that.
Well,
All right.
More
Alright.
purple.
Sway vibes.
I was blue,
Dabba dee dabba die.
and then now I'm being
What if-
made.
What if we just kept redeeming purple so eventually Boop is just like a Just straight up a purple cutout of like the silhouette of his
No,
of his
I'm
art.
purple again.
Blah blah blah.
But yeah, Izzy's gonna have to go make that. Oh, it's like, sorry, sweetheart. I made a bit of a slip of the tongue there. Zin already knows. Towards Triana.
Oh no, I've begun a trend. Oh no, I've begun a trend.
I can only get so saturated. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, at least one thing,
ready?
Mr. Blue wishes
yo?
his things.
Well, Mr. Blue's a mod. They can just give themselves the points back. Holy purple!
Yeah. Talk about purple.
At some point,
Now I'm fucking Orple.
Anyway, we should probably continue with the story
let's
now.
do that. Let's do this.
All right. So, all right. So, the last time that we were all here. Anyways, going back to not this. This is the wrong music. Fuck. Hold up. We will jump from the goobers goobering in the inn
Yes.
to the goobers goobering in the school.
Yeah, my favorite part being the goober saying it's goobing time and they gooped all over the place. Let's do this.
Purple.
Never speak.
I'm gonna go back.
No. Back to D&D now. I mean, it must be back to D&D.
Talk to Professor
Okay.
Ambrose.
Yes. Professor
Ambrosius.
Ambrosius. Yes. This whole ass man and a half.
Technically, it's 2.
Yes.
They will take some time and say, so, was there a particular school that you were interested in visiting first and foremost, or are you just trying to get a hold of this? I would recommend primarily either necromancy or abjuration, but there's no real school on this sort of thing. It also sort of seems that although the symptoms are similar, this is more of a keratinosis, hyperkeratinosis type variation on with regards to the what is described here versus this, which is actually just a glass dragon scale.
Master, no dead. No micro. Oh, I don't want to bring Master back from dead. Oh,
No. Necromancy just means the magic of life and death. Now that can include curses, diseases, and all like. However, typically, abjurative magic is for prevention, and necromantic magic would be the magic of more traditional medicine. Think of your cure wounds, your regenerations, your reincarnations. Those are all. Even to some extent, restoration spell could pull a little bit from necromancy spell, but due to the fact that it's, well, I'll spare you the jargon and say that, no, it's, your master is not dead, and no, we do not have to kill him to make him better.
okay.
He goes, so is there nothing on record of this illness?
Whew. Now, there's a couple of different types of petrification disease that exist. Of course, you have your usual sort of thing. With regards to magical zoology, you have your basilisks, your medusas, gorgons, things like that. As for glassing...
Yes, the flesh to stone, yes.
That is difficult. and particularly difficult. For a variety of different reasons. I'll just, it'd probably just be simpler to go. Step through here. This actually has some applications in the lecture. And as they do, they'll step through like a door that seems to be listed to curses and magical ailments sort of class as he like you end up wandering through different doors. You'll see this like small plaque that has that title on it. Stepping inside, there are a couple of different students, some like 5 or 6. These people are like in their early college years, so they look like maybe 19, 18, 20s-ish. How old is Zim?
18 on the dot.
So like a little bit older than you, with like at around your age, with some slight variation.
Right. Okay.
And he's going up, and you'll see that there is another Professor Ambrosius, sort of like at the dashboard, and says, "Oh, to what do I owe the pleasure? Oh, this will just make things easier." And he'll just basically rush him as this other professor sort of lets him, and taps the forehead with 2 fingers, and both their eyes sort of glow, as well as his the point on the forehead he taps, like, oh, all right, that is useful information. Well, class, today we are discussing a particularly ancient form of curse, and they will they will sort of flick their staff for a moment, and the chalkboard words appear saying petrification and its variations. And the
Oh yeah, between the book and the scale, he's gonna have a lot to go off of.
Sorry, I got distracted. I was looking at Discord because I had like, hey, let me keep it open on another monitor in case I get DM'd, and I'm in a group chat, and that group chat is active, and I am a goober. He's basically going on saying, the actual instructor continues on, and these students like are acting like, rolling their eyes like, ugh, this happens way too often. But your Merlin will sort of create a small zone of silence around you. Yeah, fuck you. Your guy will sort of create a zone of silence around you, and all right. So we can discuss clearly. If you want to pay attention to this lecture, you can, obviously, but you're not a student, so you may not get it all. I will do my very, very utmost to try to make sure that you understand the information that is pertinent to you. Now, there are very few reasons. I do not often give out these special treatments, so I would encourage you to take advantage of this while you can. So, as for this,
this guy has Zimnus's full, just undivided attention. The thing going through his mind is like, I need to learn how to do that, like the cloning thing.
He will continue and say, so what all of this is, it appears to be a variation on a petrification that was seen in the early stages in Japan, as far as I can tell. I have recently reached out to the Lady of the Lake regarding Well, I have recently, relative to me, I recently reached out to the Lady Lake and managed to discuss them and discovered more information regarding a variation on the disease that was common in Japan.
All right. Well, hearing the country Japan, you see Zimn kind of like visibly like getting his robe tightened a little more.
It's a sort of thing that was wiped out for the most part in about the 5th century. No. It initially showed up around the 5th century, but it was wiped out around near the tail end of the feudal era of Japan, right about when it became common that like visitors around the area would arrive and port in the southernmost islands. Now, as for what the implications of that would be, dire. It is not inherently infectious, however, so that is good. Clearly, we would know young Slink here would probably have already caught some variation of it if that were the case. However, this isn't as much a disease as much as it is a curse, and it is the kind of curse that could be broken with an extremely large influx of magic. Put simply, and he'll sort of create his own secondary, like, illusory blackboard here, and begin, like, writing on it. All creatures have the potential for magic. Even a Warforged could cast a spell if they are built with magical components, and particularly magical components in mind. Even more mundane materials can be used as conduits for magic inherently. That is why Artifice is as powerful as it is. Yes. However, what this disease has effectively done is taken away some of the magical potential. At least what it did in the past was take away people's magical potential and leave them effectively
a husk.
Yes, of sorts. Now, the variation in Japan was a more pure, more, frankly, potentially world-ending threat. But that was resolved, no smart part, due to several notable big players within the world as a whole. But I don't have time to delve into that. Point being, it's not as drastic as of a measure as anything else. Point being, a creature's magical potential has been sucked out of it. Now, Slink, has your master been known to cultivate their magic to any extent? Do they have any form of draconic gift? Do they have any sort of spell casting they're capable of? Anything of the sort that you're familiar with?
Snake do. I think Master does too. Does she know that he does any kind of magic?
You would know that he typically does not use any magic. He doesn't have a draconic gift the way you do.
Slink do. Sparkle finger. Not see Master do.
Right. Well, it's sort of like... Are you familiar with a body part known as the appendix? It's
I don't know
common
if
in
Slink would
humans.
know that.
But it is a vestigial body part back from when gods. That you definitely don't need to know about. But it's a vestigial body part, and it's prone to infection, and oftentimes at later points within history would be snipped out, and that's how people would be saved from a agonizing, painful existence. In your particular case,
Slink, need
your
to
master...
open up, master. Take out these body
No.
parts.
No. In this particular case, your master has what is more likely a extreme deficiency in mana, or magical energy, as effectively, compared to most other draconic folks. Probably never had an opportunity to cultivate it, and maybe perhaps when they tried, it would go poorly. I imagine that even their dragon's breath was perhaps more painful for them to use than other people. Do you know what kind of dragon they were?
Bigger than Slink. She
Right.
doesn't know very much about dragons. She just knows that there's big lizards and bigger lizards.
Right. Well,
Not very big, but you know what? She tries to measure, like, kind of hop up, like, it's big.
Dragonborn. Interesting. All right. So it's very likely that, quite simply due to just genetics, the man had a predisposition to have less magic in them. Over time, that can happen. Now that can be subsidized through religious practice. If one goes into a clerical study, it can be subsidized through a warlock pact, or druidic meditations, or wizardry, or sorcery. But it doesn't seem like your master would have had access to any of that.
Simus is gonna say, you've speed read through the book. You think what we have is a viable option, or would you advise an alternative?
I would say this much is ideal. I've done a little bit of... I'm familiar with the deity that this mask is bound to, and provided that your master is not inherently a mass-murdering, evil type of person that wants to stalk people in the dark and kill them in cold blood,
Master kind.
sort of nods and expresses their, like, condition, they should be fine. The god that is shown here is particularly, I would say, leaning chaotic, but neutral, good, leaning chaotic. Somewhere in between neutral and good, and somewhere in between chaotic and neutral. Sort of like, they'll be fine. Happy to help, I would say. This would, what you're describing would probably form an immediate warlock contract, and a potent one, a powerful one. It would probably be enough to fix them completely. Because unfortunately, you do not have the time to get them to study magic, to cultivate their sorcery, to meditate among nature, to build a faith or character. A warlock pact is probably your only option. And considering how dangerous most are, this is probably a safer one.
He gives a nod. How long do you think he has left? Because we've been gone for a while.
Oh no!
Slink, would you mind if I dig a little bit deeper into your mind?
Yes?
So you do mind? Okay. What can
No,
you tell
no,
me
no,
about?
no, no, mind. You look in mind. Yes, yes.
Okay. He will say, this might be a little bit uncomfortable. You might feel a bit of a headache. I'm sorry. It's just faster if I... And their fingers will glow with that same sort of like pale white energy as this divination spell is cast. And... Oh, that is... How long have you been on your journey?
Looks over at Zim. Long
In
time?
in world, it would have been like about
A week or so?
a few weeks since you have found the San Jose, and then like 3 days, so like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, so this is gonna go approximately 2 to 3 weeks by now.
All right. He has maybe. How far away are you from your destination? Where
You gotta
is
look
your
at-
master?
Yeah, Sim's looking
Where
at Slink
are
for
you
this
based
one.
out of?
Blink kind of scratches her head. Not too far. I live in Sid.
Are you at least within Europe?
Would Slink even know continents or areas? Would that be in her expertise? Should I roll for that?
That's
for
up
it.
to you. How silly do you think Slink is?
Slink would probably not know towns and stuff. She's more of like medicine and nature and what she can and cannot.
Yeah, like you
and cannot feel.
you use your limited brain power to hyper focus on this one thing, and you have no space for anything else.
Feel. She knows, like, she lives in like a city, big buildings.
A city with big buildings, probably not. Do the buildings look somewhat like this? Are they made of stone? Or are they more wooden buildings?
Oh, stone. Some
Stone buildings.
big buildings, and some are small, and then the further out you go, it gets smaller, and then wall, and then forests, and
Okay.
I wonder if
Let me
it's
ask
out.
this. Do the people talk like me? Do they speak in a different accent? Or are they like American accent? How exactly do you want? He starts like trying to like use illusory magic to try and like run through a bunch of accents to sort of like to like try and see like what do people sound like where you are.
Slink is like getting so confused. Slink only talk like Slink. Oh, Master talk better, but like Slink.
Zimnis, where are you all located from?
We have employment through, specifically through a noble from Spain.
Perfect. Wonderful. That's all I need to know.
Hey,
If
is that what
you
mean,
make
come
your
to
way
Spain?
over to Spain from here, I would say when you dock, you would probably have a week to make sure your affairs are in order. But it is... And
Slink
by
is
then,
panicking.
you would either need an enormous amount of magical power, a powerful contract, the kind of which would likely take an extreme toll, or you would lose them. But put simply, there is a extreme lack of magic within his body, likely caused by some genetic condition. And I
Zimmer's
have
gonna
reason to suspect if this disease is functioning the way it is unlikely to change its pace. But I have reason to believe that this sort of disease doesn't show up under normal circumstances. Even then, even when it was seen within history, within Japan, it was due to the presence of a unspeakable entity within that country. While some aspect of this could be possible in old age, not to this extent, I have reason to believe that even when you give your master the mask, the disease may well continue, as it's likely a curse put on them by someone. That's exacerbated an existing problem. A perfect crime, really, because, well, exploit a genetic predisposition to cause a vile transmutation.
Zemus is gonna think about something. He goes, "Sir, I have one other question that I'm not sure if you're fully aware of." But as he kind of holds up his hand showing the sigil and whatnot.
Give me one moment. I will be right back.
You poor little Slink, just freaking out in a panic.
Yeah.
I just realized we have him out for the situation with the mask. And it's called Chugging the Stars.
Oh, you sure you want to do that? You want to take that gamble? Because
honestly,
the mask is relatively safe.
The mask is,
I know, but
because of it, it's safe as fuck.
True, but it's like it's an option. It's another option.
So you want to gamble with a man's life?
You want to gamble.
Oh,
You want to gamble for a patron instead of a guaranteed one, is what I'm hearing.
a tender, gentle little reminder that it may not be the highest level spell slot, but Mick does have access to a 5th level Cure Wounds once per day.
So you're just gonna stay with like Slink's master and just like cast Cure Wounds on them every single day?
Cure Wounds every time they breathe because the fucking movement of his lungs causes the scales against his skin to dig into him.
I'm saying that it might buy us time.
That's practically.
We could always get there, try it, and see what it does, and then
Slink is
if
ready
it
to sell
doesn't do
her
anything,
soul.
then we have a backup plan.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's like,
I have ideas.
Here's
Don't
my
worry.
soul! What's the deal? Someone saying master!
Easy with that shit.
That's
I know,
scary
but-
too.
Yeah,
I know
that's
it's scary,
shit.
but Slink's not gonna think in her right mind after this. Only a
So-
week
Yes.
until her master dies. That is incredibly
No,
scary.
when you land in Spain, you have a week to get the mask again, or barter for it, or do whatever, and then get it to your master. On top of this realization that, hey, this disease is only as bad as it is because someone cursed them to exacerbate a already existing genetic condition.
Yeah.
Which is fucked.
So-
Imagine that. Imagine like someone like cursing you to get Parkinson's. That's crazy.
That's evil.
Fucked.
Another question
Yeah.
is, who the hell would curse him?
Well,
Then
the
again,
man's
he has
basically
Grandpa
Robin
Bob.
Hood.
Yeah, he
Fuck
probably
you,
got-
lung cancer.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I curse you with
Uh,
Michael J. Fox?
That's evil.
Jesus Christ.
The man is a treasure.
Yeah. Yeah, but that joke is a little bit shaky at best.
Okay.
Ah.
But you hold up your hand and he's like,
Ah,
oh. Apple. Fun.
I've heard about. I've got a little bit of notion about it, but there's a couple of questions in regard to this. Number one, I can sort of fill you in on how I got it, but
The Astral
Another
Sea.
crewmate.
I'm familiar.
my one of my crewmates has a vial full of this stuff.
Bottle. Like
Yeah.
an actual wine bottle.
Yeah, a bottle full of the stuff. It seems to have.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
I was asking you if it was.
Okay.
See, this is very ancient magic. I'm not sure what to do, what to expect with any of it.
Well, ideally, is it in its liquid form?
Currently, yes. That's why we have it in a bottle.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That is in a bottle, yes?
Yes.
Airtight.
We did put a cork on it, so I would assume so.
Good. Do you have a bag of holding?
Currently, I don't think so.
it's drink bag.
Do
Izzy
not
Izzy has a
ever,
bag of lore.
under any circumstances, let the liquid form of that spill inside of a bag of holding.
What happens if it spills inside a body?
You hear an explosion inside of it.
Oh, yes. I can only ascertain, given the consequences of tearing the bag of holding, what astral brine will do to it.
Are you familiar with the concept of a portal in a portal?
Yes, that's exactly what I was referring to.
Slink, are you?
A hole in a hole in a hole.
Well, if you put a portal inside, intersecting with another portal, the universe does not like that. You can create a portal and then just outside of the threshold of that portal create another one, just fine. However, the bag of holding is a unique demiplane, and you are creating a demiplane inside of a demiplane, and that is opening a portal to a demiplane through the demiplane.
I didn't even think it was portals.
Being pulled through into a pool of astral seawater could just as easily take you to another dimension or realm as any other. So, however, instead of one specific portable hole or pocket dimension where you can store your goodies and trinkets, it is every known and potentially unknown level, potentially known and unknown plane of existence can be reached through the astral sea. That is why the
explains
gods
something.
come from there. And that is, the astral sea is the realm itself, is the realm and birthplace of gods. Of ideas, concepts. conceptual, just imagining a concept means that it is real within the astral to some extent. The conceptual embodiment exists somewhere. Every dream, every reality, every possibility exists.
Oh.
And even though
It's like Nod's head.
one
like,
of your
trying to
portals
understand
is highly limited, the second one is not. Do not spill it inside of any sort of... Do not!
Understood. But that doesn't explain. And he kind of looks towards the method here. So this one we sort of came across when we were dealing with the pyromancer, as talked of earlier. She summoned two separate groups of methods. When we, I guess you could say, we banished her, we didn't necessarily kill her, but once we got rid of her, all of any remaining methods followed suit, except for him.
You know, I'm a bit rusty on my sort of history of Babel here. Give me just a moment. They do the little blur again, and as they do the blur, they will split off again, and a second form to, all right, I'm going to go handle other things. You're welcome to come find me if you need it. They probably know more about, they've probably caught up a bit more on their Babel than I have. I'll go discorporate somewhere. And he'll go off somewhere.
All right.
Or little
And this new Merlin was like, all right, so you were interested in Babel and the effects that it can have on... Well, for starters, you've been marked by it. As a result, you can speak it to some extent. These are true words, true names, power words, that sort of level. Think about the power of power word kill, power word stun, power word fear.
Yes, I was sort of given little information.
The word for conjuration.
Mm-hmm.
You've been marked to be a conjurer of some kind. That doesn't necessarily mean that's your specialty of expertise. It just means that you now have that predisposition within you. Fantastic. So, with all that in mind, as a conjurer, you have control. You can look at creatures that have been summoned and sort of sometimes manipulate them more easily. In this case, this little, does it have a name?
We're still working on it. I'm not sure if you
I'd be
even want
careful.
a name.
I'd be
Really?
careful naming it. Yes. Names have power. And you, in particular, have been blessed, for better or for worse, with the ability to manipulate that sort of thing. A conjurer often works their best magic on creatures that they are familiar with. When you know the name of a creature, when you can clearly picture them. The name that they are chosen, the name that that best defines themselves. But and most people have a name, but certain people have a sort of true name that defines them as a bigger player within the grand scheme of the universe.
Oh, sort of like how fiends and demons sort of conceal their true name?
Yes. Certain mortals have them as well. I myself do not. I'm unfortunately humble Professor Ambrosius. I'm just another mage, same as any other mage. But you have...
I'm
Pardon?
just gonna slight insight on that shit.
Yes. Just another...
Smell the bullshit.
You can tell he believes it.
He believes it. Okay.
To his knowledge, he's telling the truth when he says that he does not have a true name. But as he continues, but you do, and so do you. That's why I decided to help you. Do I know what your true names are? I might not, but I'd rather not find out. These sorts of things are sometimes difficult to tell. And typically once they are revealed, once they are known, it can come with some pretty gnarly changes to one's personality. Certain aspects of your grander self bleed through. Certain information that you shouldn't know becomes known. It's a mess, frankly. So I'd rather... if you figure it out, great. But... you effectively managed to, with your commander's conjurer sigil, find a creature when they were afraid. And in the moment, I would say, this is mostly a theory, I wasn't unfortunately unable to be present for the performance. I would have liked to, but I did not have the time. But what typically would happen in these cases is a sufficiently powerful, or lucky in your case, conjurer, if can encounter a familiar and instill a feeling of a powerful feeling in them. Typically,
Like
this can be trust or admiration. That's why those are the stories that are told. A boy hands this an imp a scarf, and it's so thankful that it serves them faithfully for the rest of their life. That sort of thing.
Interesting. Oh my,
Those are the beautiful, the kind stories. They don't always have to be kind emotions. They can sometimes be fear, intimidation, or sorrow, anger. In that moment, they would have had to be more passionate, not necessarily about liking you, but just more passionate about you than any other person. And you'd have to capture that moment with a command.
So you're telling me that for a moment, this method feared me more than it did the pyromancer?
The Mephit stays completely silent. They look actually bashful right now. But Merlin says, well, by the looks of it, I'd say you're pretty close. It might be fear, it might be another reaction. Hopefully not arousal. But
it goes, well, I think I got the gist of it, but I think since we're in the since we are in the necromancy department, I'd like to get on to one more topic regarding that. I have not one, not two, not three crew members who have had two separate instances of encountering the Flying Dutchman, both of which had their entire crew wiped out in a violently necromantic manner.
oh God, Davy Jones.
All I heard is that it was done via the music. Would you know anything of the significance behind that? The
I'm not a
captain's going to
bard.
want to
I apologize. If I could get a hold of Sir William Shakespeare or Elton or
It's all right. I just have one question that sort of is all. He sort of pulls out the mirror. I kind of had this theory because one of the well, to be honest, River said it out loud at the bottom of the deck
which was?
when he
Oh,
What did I do?
Yeah.
River kind of said that at the bottom of the deck while everyone was looking at these spirits. It's kind of hard to not hear that. So, moving on, Zimnis goes.
Mhm.
Zimnis says, "Well, I had a theory because it sounds almost as if, from both parties, that this ship was just disappearing and appearing out of nowhere." And he kind of hands him the mirror and he goes, "I think you know where I'm going with this."
You think?
I
I
think
would say
he might
that
be abusing he might be abusing the ethereal plane to get the jump on ships.
it would certainly make sense given the nature of the curse. It's not the kind of threat that I would deal with, but it would be a great boon to society if you were to handle it.
Well, if I could get this taken care of, not only would we be robbing them of the element of surprise, but also the element of concealment. We'd be essentially 2 steps ahead of them, although I know that in and of itself is insufficient.
Well, for one, you're not going to want a mirror to peer into the ethereal plane, especially not if you're going after a ghost ship like this. It would be more useful as a pair of binoculars or a spyglass. Here, allow me. May I?
All right.
And he'll gesture his
means.
hand out to take the mirror.
All right. He goes, by all means, sir.
So, and he will start to cast some form of fabrication or transmutation spell that you probably don't have access to yet. And he is taking the metal, and you'll see that it's the what's the mirror made out of? What's the back of it made out of? Is it a wooden thing? Is it a silver thing? Or
I would imagine that because Zimnis likes being very fashionable, that it would be silver.
yeah, he will take this silver this silver metal, and immediately it melts down in his hand and turns into a blob, and he'll start shaping it and pulling the blob in to be a bit longer, and as they do, it takes the shape of this silvered spyglass, and he takes the glass, and immediately it does the same as it melts down, and instead of a silver blob, it is just this crystal orb that sort of gets elongated into a cylinder and shunted into the spyglass. And he's like, not enough glass, but this much is enough.
Link is mesmerized. So many shinies in one day.
And he'll say, and I would not recommend looking through it right now. You'll see a lot of different undesirable things, given we are still in the necromancy school. But
Understandable.
Link definitely wants to look a little bit and peek.
He will hold it out. Who grabs it first?
Zim's just gonna
Sleight of hand.
I was gonna say, since Zim's taller, He's just gonna like,
Slink, like unconsciously, subconsciously, unconscious, whatever, like reaches out because it's a shiny. And he said who, and he didn't specify, and Slink immediately like, what?
so yeah, so it's like, Miss Slink, I don't think you want to look into that.
Well, the reason why Spyglass might be better for you compared to a mirror is that a mirror would only serve you in close quarters. And it would only show you who is behind you, not necessarily what is in front of you and far away. If you mean to hunt a ghost ship, it'd be best if you can see them coming from a ways off.
Yes, you understand. I'm very much still trying to get in control of this, showing his conjuration sigil once more. Going, that's
Oh
sort of
no,
how I
you
started.
conjuring the materials is one thing, but manipulating them is a completely different matter. That's transmutation, my friend.
Yes, it's. I suppose I'm still in the midst of learning, and I have a lot to learn. But
Most people don't have the time to. But again, you are a named individual. You never know what will happen. I'll give you a little smile and a pat on the back.
he kind of gives a smile and he goes, "I really appreciate you giving us all of this time. You've really answered quite a few questions."
Oh, I couldn't live up to my reputation if I didn't. And I can't very well ignore one such as yourself.
I beg your pardon. As he kind of goes, he's like, we're not really anybody special. We're just some misfits hired for some jobs."
I did say that you were named. You have true names. If I really wanted to, I could find them, but I don't care to.
Fair enough.
I don't... I'm not sure how much I can explain. Okay. Effectively, when you are a individual, a mortal with a true name in that sense, it means that your souls are interconnected to different other mortals throughout history. And if you figure out your true name, you can begin to access information from those other souls throughout history. Does that mean that you will even figure out what your name is? Probably. Eventually, maybe. Maybe not. I can't even begin to say, because the limits to my magic begin and end with people like you. And you. And more than likely, at least a couple other members of your crew.
That's all right. I believe I understand now. While we are here, am I able to copy some spells here?
Fine. Go ahead. As long as you can.
I have the coin if needed, obviously.
Oh, that makes things a lot easier. Yes.
I didn't expect to be. Didn't expect
No,
to be
no.
The knowledge. I promise you.
Yes. The issue is not the... Let me be perfectly clear. I am trying to run charity services where I can. Different members of the community here are not as well off. You've seen the slums. They're ravaged by storm fronts, and every time, due to the proximity to the god's temple, it's whenever it storms there, it storms there. The desperate live there, the downtrodden, and they need magic to survive. It's as vital to us as, what is it that you guys currently have in your homes? Gas? Yeah, you guys have gas in your homes, yes? Propane? Or... I don't know.
Essentially, we've slowly transitioned from gas to electricity in some cases.
Oh,
yes.
you're at that point. Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations. I forgot what year it was. But essentially, it's as vital to them as anything else. But of course, teaching magic is... The knowledge is not the problem, it is the practice, and things break
Of course.
a lot, as you're familiar.
Yes, and but I can most certainly with what coin I'll be spending here, I promise you that I'll be planning to learn as much as I can while I'm here. You'll be paid accordingly.
Good man. Beyond that, I don't think I have any more information for you, unless, at least regarding your questions. At least nothing more.
Oops.
At least nothing more that I feel at liberty to say.
Yes. He thinks about it. He thinks about it and he goes. One more, since you speed read that book.
Of course.
You, of course, what's written down can possibly change the course of history's past with what happened to that ship. There's no denying that.
Yes.
But one thing that is unanswered that I wasn't able to quite find. What in blue blazes were they doing? What in blue blazes were they doing when they got that mask? Part of me feels like that the mask itself was merely a consolation prize and they were after something bigger, maybe?
I think you're familiar with what they're doing. Simple, small, greedy men. After all the coin in the world. For the glory, gold, they were after gold, glory, and the favor of a cruel god. Well, not cruel, indifferent.
Where would they find such ability?
What do you mean by that?
Well, if they were looking for that favor, or exactly, I suppose they were looking for a specific location
No.
to find this favor.
No, I'm not I only know about theology from an academic perspective. But there are things that I'm familiar with that I may not be at liberty to say. But the god that they were searching for, the favor of, they exist. And that is all they do. They just exist. They are for power, and people twist their words to mean whatever it is benefits them in the moment. But truly, there is no doctrine. None. It is the most purely neutral power in the world, and there is immense strength in it. And there are different ideologies on how best to serve that power. Some of them, good. Others, questionable. And others would be best if wiped off the face of the earth.
Simon's looking down going, yeah, I can honestly relate to that one.
I could give you more information if you're curious, but I think I'm losing the little one. As they look to Slink. Slink, what do you look like as you're like getting all of this this lore dump?
She's kind of doing a little bit of the lizard blink, the 1-2 blink, like, this is a lot of information.
The
so
1-2
much.
blink following a blip. Zimnus is gonna go over to Slink and go, have you got the information that you needed?
Think Slink got information. No, master is sick. No, why sick? Cure. Try and maybe get us there as soon as possible. Make pact with Warlock, or become
Yes.
Warlock.
Yeah, Zimnis will give a nod. and
You
go,
need to
"Right."
either find a pact quickly and with sufficient power, dangerous, or
Mhm.
put this mask on them. But even if the pact is made, even if they are saved and they are given that influx of magic, all that it will do is buy them time and buy you time to find the being that cursed them, because they do have that predisposition to not hold on to magic. So, and whoever has a problem with your master will likely be tempted to continue to abuse that.
Oh,
It is
Yeah,
simply a
how one become Warlock? How make pact? Who talk to?
number of creatures, devils, angels, great old ones.
Dragon?
But
Who
they
dragon count?
sometimes dragons can. But to make that pact would require sacrifice. The kinds of things that most people can't do without.
Think
It
we'll
may-
do anything, Master.
Even if you say that. But if you make the deal with the wrong devil, the man who wakes up may very well not be your master anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
Be careful
Yeah.
with magic. There's a reason why wizards study it so.
Zim gives a nod, goes back to sleep. Listen, darling, I may have an idea. We may go for the latter, buy us some more time until we can find the bastard responsible for this. But in the meantime, let's well, I'll explain. I'll explain to you while I'm writing some things down.
okay.
Again, Master Ambrosius, thank you very, very much.
Yes,
Of
thank you
course.
for all the information.
No problem whatsoever. I can't guarantee your futures. I don't know what's in store for you. Very rare for me. So do carry yourselves carefully. I wish you the very best of luck.
Slink looks down at her little claw hands for a second. Is like, Slink, is Slink now kind of magic? Does Slink help? Slink, no, she save people, help save people, but does that help maybe master or how does one deal with magic?
Many different ways. There's druids, there's clerics, there's wizards and warlocks, sorcerers and artificers.
In short, through study, through birth, or through
Sacrifice.
belief. Yes,
The fastest one
seems to be
would be the pact.
a running theme.
Can Slink
wish-
just learn?
Forgive me, I don't suspect that it would be easy for you to. But you'd be welcome to try. I'm not familiar with sorcery, especially not the draconic kind. You might need to make your case to Morgan herself. She's the sorceress within the island.
Oh, Slink sorcery?
Perhaps.
Ooh.
He kind of looks at Ambrosius, going, "You said that you have, you've hinted that you have direct contact with Miss Morgan. Would you, perchance, be able to have something arranged to where she would speak with her?"
Sure, let me just double check my... And you say that he'll open up like a little, like, pocket watch from his coat pocket. And if you were to look through it, you'll see that, like, it's almost like he's scrying on people to just make sure, see what they're doing. And just like,
Right.
I have a couple minutes. And she's overworking herself anyway. She could use a distraction. All right. He will tap his cane down, and a blue ring appears around all of you. We're gonna take a quick trip to City Hall. Buckle up and stay inside the circle. And as they do, as the circle glows with more and more magical power, you all will teleport.
What's happening?
And then the Mephit gets left behind a little bit like, wait, where'd they go?
Can I just
I think we're missing someone.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'd be able to snap him back over.
Yeah, you easily can.
Yeah.
Quick question:
All
how
right.
big is that thing again? Is it as big as Slink?
It's
Or is
like
it
half
smaller?
the size of Slink.
Slink is no longer
It's a
the shortest
small
beam.
creature.
It's tiny.
All right.
Extra small.
Moving back along to you guys, you will sort of see to the other group of people. It takes you a couple of like a couple of hours, an hour or two, but you do clean up pretty well enough. It's almost tidy, except for the suspiciously big fireplace nearby.
Well, we tried our best with that chair, but we just can't seem to get it checked. Oh yeah. I do want to apologize with you, too. I may have made a bit of small slip of the tongue. Zinnis already knows. He's the first one to know. I can't believe it took me now to realize that.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops indeed. Just a bit of a
Well.
scatterbrain.
And as you all sort of like finish up, you will hear like a small...
As he opens the door.
I was about to call for you guys. Hi.
Oh, hi, Marco. How are you doing? I know
I'm
these have been the best.
doing better.
Just finishing up disposing of evidence.
I'm sorry,
Is he-
what?
Is he just kind of
Phrasing?
Stuffles a laugh. Emotional
Or
scene.
might have
Are you
broken a
guys
chair.
okay? Oh.
Eh.
I mean, we can just buy another chair, right?
Nah, I will, but I feel bad about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're loaded. A little bit of this... okay.
But is the captain all calling us back or what?
A little bit. less of the captain and more of the Bunny brothers. They actually want to leave on time. So the captain's kind of been MIA for a little bit. He's still in their room. Triana ended up going off and trying to talk to them. I don't know how that's going right now. But I was
Did
just
they get you up?
Sorry?
Did they catch you up on what's going on?
With the ship being haunted?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. I got a ship to go repair. I clap the both Izzy and River on the shoulders. I'm off. I head off.
Oh.
I was gonna head that way too. Momentarily.
Honestly, same. I honestly should probably apologize to Triana. Give her a bit of misinformation by accident.
Well, you better be hot on my heel, because I'm not waiting for you.
And then Izzy just kind of, as Mick kind of heads off, is like, starts heading right behind Mick. Surprisingly keeping up pace.
How?
I kid.
No, goblins are 30 foot speed.
30 foot
Really?
speed. Yes.
I actually
Yeah.
think I'm the
Azumi motherfuckers, yeah.
fastest of us three.
Wait, aren't goblins able to dash as a bonus action? Isn't that a thing they can do?
Oh yeah, they can.
Or am I thinking of a different?
I think so.
That depends. I think it
Technically,
depends on
she'd be
which
faster than me.
you're going off of.
That is true.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
because between VGM, Mordecai's Tome of Foes, all that other shit. I don't know what the fuck y'all are going off of though.
I have disengage and hide as a bonus action.
Okay, there you have it then.
So she's not fast as fuck, boy.
I have 40 feet movement speed.
When raging.
No.
No?
Oh,
Or is it just
so
like a passive thing barbarians
Yeah.
get? I thought it was only when raging.
Passive.
Nope. Your speed is increased by 10 feet while you are not wearing heavy armor.
Hot. I love it when I'm wrong.
Yeah. Anyway.
Damn,
Izzy's
you must
right
really love life, huh?
Yes.
Jesus.
Izzy's right behind Nick's tail, by the way. As she heads over to the ship.
Easy peasy.
I'm just gonna drag the rest of y'all over.
Wee. No, I'm gonna be inside one of the Bunny Brothers, please.
I was gonna make a detour.
Oh, you are? Okay, then
Do
go ahead.
it.
Tell me what fuckery you are doing.
I am heading towards the temple.
Oh yes, the temple.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh,
The temple.
I
The
see.
temple specifically constructed for no gods.
For the forgotten gods.
No gods, but all gods. That
Yes,
temple.
yes, but
Okay, I got DM'd something that I cannot show on Twitch. Okay. I should not look at Discord. I will not. Anyways.
Plap, 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 plap.
I'll probably actually end I will
I want my
we'll probably go with Crowman. Mr. Crowman.
it would just be one
Yeah.
quick blurb thing with Triana, and that'll be it. Don't worry.
Okay. Or alright. Then what would you be saying to Triana? If we're just getting that out of the way?
Hey Triana, sorry, bit of a slip of the tongue earlier today. Zimnis already knows about it. My apologies.
Oh.
Yeah, he
All
was the
right.
first one. He was the first one to know my genuine apologies.
That's
brain-
fine.
A bit of a brain from my end. Just wanted to apologize.
I mean, that's okay.
Now off to the crowman.
Crowman.
Yes.
Croman.
That's a final boss last name if I've ever seen one. Crowman. Anyways, you are heading off
Crovid
to
would be more of a final boss name.
Crovid-19. I'm going to hell. You're going to the Forgotten Gods Temple.
Yes. Probably nothing is going to probably happen because, well, I don't know. You're a fun DM, so stuff might happen. We'll see what happens.
May I ask, what is on your mind as you approach this place?
So, seeing all the corpses and the souls below the boat, judging by what he was told by Father Hamish, the crew member of his old ship that was more religious in nature, he's coming to, I guess, try and get any word from the Morgan, because in his mind, is part of her domain to control that type of stuff, and to seeing that, it kind of making him question his faith, but it's what he was essentially raised with. So he wants to pray or try to find a way to contact the Morgan. And he also wants to know, like, if the cult is
Wrong
actually...
vibes. Sorry. You're good, continue.
If the cult is actually under her, like, worship her, or how that is working. Because to his knowledge, that's not something that the Morgan would want.
You step through the threshold into the graveyard in front of the Forgotten Gods Temple here. And you do think on those who are dead, those who have fallen, the myriad of souls that could be found beneath your feet, and tombstones and grave sites that may have existed long before you and may exist long after. And within this crisis of faith, you are looking for an answer, a response, something. For faith, you are not a cleric. So I can't give you any sort of bonus here. Give me a, religion check.
Can I use my Kenku recall? Oh no. Yeah, can I use my Kenku recall? I think I have religion.
You have one more.
No, I'm not proficient in religion, so I can't use it.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
You aren't a cleric. You aren't a paladin. You aren't even a zealot. You are just a person searching for an answer to why. As you step inside the threshold of the building here, of the property, the ambience seems to change a little bit. As the sun starts setting and the stars become more visible. It becomes easier to look up and this feeling of just something you're not sure if it's real, but a desperate grasp for a question, almost inviting you in. But there's no answer. Not yet, just the feeling that something might be there. Do you enter the temple?
Yeah.
All right. Here, let me quickly just put you through here. Oh. Really? Hold up. Technical issue, but shouldn't be too big of an issue. Configure ownership. All players are an observer. There we go. You sort of step through. You step through and you can see this ever-glowing statue ahead of you. The same kind that Mick would have seen. Doesn't necessarily have any symbolism that you yourself would be familiar with, but as you wander these halls, and step forward, I think I don't have any art for them on hand right now,
but I think that you would see a group of like 3 hooded figures on the at the top, sort of staring up at the statue.
Beautiful statue. I wish I knew more about what it meant.
They all sort of speak in unison. Yes, it is. They have this veil, this hood covering their face.
He'll walk towards them. I assume you're clergy of this beautiful establishment? I could be completely wrong, but it's my first time actually heading to a phase of worship.
Of sorts. We are clergy of sorts. But at the end, we are all part of this world.
I agree. It's weird. First time I've questioned what I learned aboard my ship. Just so many things happening that I don't know. It's odd, to say the least.
It's enough to make one lose their faith. Doubt. To pray for anything.
Would you say that again? I didn't quite catch that.
It's enough for one to lose their faith and doubt anything and everything.
Yeah. He's gonna do his usual, like, when he's thinking of what he saw, he's clenching the ivory chrome skull. It's weird. Just 2 days ago, I would have thought, I would have even thought about the souls of the damned. But being... Never mind.
No.
It's...
You may speak.
The idea of trapped souls. I can't think of any worse punishment or anything like that.
It's cruel. It is cruel that there is such injustice. And oftentimes there's nothing that can be done. What do you think of? Might I ask?
What do I think of what?
What do you think of fate?
Faith is many
Fate.
things to many. Oh, fate? It can be cruel. You could be. I'm evidence of that. Proud Owlin. Then all of a sudden, by a curse, I'm shunned from my entire family. People I once knew. But if that didn't happen, I would have met Captain Garrett and Father Hamish, Lady, everyone on board my last ship. People who gave me my current name. He is trying to hold it together, but if anyone was here, you could clearly hear him trying to hold back, like, tears and just the pain that he feels for that, and the pain for the people who are trapped under the ship. And just
As you're holding back tears, do you look up at them and they sort of merge into one? It seems like two of them have disappeared and left, returned to the pews, and there's only one there. Fate. It's cruel. Painful. But I can tell you one thing. It is not immutable. Believing in fate would be and only in fate would mean that you are content with the way the world goes. That it all ends one way no matter what. But the words of different gods would say otherwise. Though our fates may be sealed, though we are all destined to die, there is a beauty in the way we get there. There is a beauty in life, just as in death. And though there may be pain, and though there may be suffering, and though we may end up dead as anyone else, the key thing to remember is that we can always fight to change different things, and so that our grim fates of death do not end up so lonely. The gods are not all powerful. There are things outside of their control. it is through them that many people can accomplish great things. I wonder, do you believe that if you fight hard enough, that you can change things?
I do believe I do believe that to be true. The
Whatever
way-
war goes. Continue.
the way things that I've seen just in 2 days, from complete strangers to, I guess, borderline friends, and to hear their stories, that would not be possible if I did not fight, I guess, fight to survive my trip here. It's a shame that so many souls can be trapped, that people can besmirch the name of a benevolent deity. Well, to my knowledge, a benevolent deity, a kind deity, to manipulate people into even to just make one disappear. That one disappearance can change the entire life of several people.
The gods are not perfect. They are not good. Not typically. They are what you make of them. They are often a slave, just as much a slave to you as you are to them.
I guess you're right.
But that means, with time, they can change. Like people in a way. Fickle, silly things. They can die, they can birth, and then they can be born anew. And it is up to those that worship them to change them into something. I wonder. I wonder what the Morrigan would be if you had your way with it. If you had your wish. As this clergy member says this, I think the thoughts begin to surge in your mind. Sometimes selfish, sometimes benevolent, maybe evil, even at times. But the different potential that exists within the way that the message of a deity, the idea of a deity can be interpreted. If it was just seen like this, if it was just said this way, if people just believed like in this instead of that, If that was the message that was being shared, what would be different?
Thank you.
As you turn to look back towards them, I don't think they really respond. And they just sort of stay there, silently praying to the statue before heading back to the pews.
He'll look at the statue again. How would it be different if... That he'll have his head held high and he'll slowly start walking back towards the boat.
Mm-hmm. With very, very much to think about. I think that is where we're going to end this session.
Yay. I'm gonna go to bed now. Have a good night.
I am so
You guys?
fucking sorry. This has gone on for quite a while. Me
It is
apologize.
completely-
I mean,
It was
completely-
good.
what we
It
normally
was
do.
good. Lore.
I feels.
I
yes,
stick around.
and I
for
got
the
lots of
lore.
information. I am, and I'll be getting more. So I got that.
Finally, we got a big river scene. Let's go.
I am so happy. I am so happy that you finally
Yeah.
have your own moment, Storm.
The crisis of faith, and then like the idea that like, yeah, this is a neutral deity. They are what you make of them. What do you want to make of them? What
That
can you
is-
make with them? That's
A lot to
Cozy.
think about.
Gods are fickle, and everybody's interpretation of them is never the same because individuals are incapable of having the exact same thought.
all that matters is the
It's all
faith.
in context.
And therein lies the appeal of a neutral deity. A neutral deity can cast a wide blanket, but it can be interpreted in so many different ways.
Yes.
Anyways,
And I'm about to get
I'm gonna go
undermined.
rest.
Good night.
Night.
Goodbye,
Good
everyone.
night.
Hey,
Uh,
everyone.
I don't really have enough people to raid out, so boop.